This is Angie Baldon.
Hi.
So quick story of how I know Angie. So her oldest and my oldest they were in kindergarten together, and that's when I met her. But she's a girl mom, I'm a boy mom, and we've just never had any other connection besides our kids are in kindergarten together. But then, I don't know how many of y'all remember, the beginning of COVID, I was walking around my neighborhood and I'm like, get outside, just pick up the phone, call somebody, because nobody else is doing anything either. And I just thought that was a great idea. So I did a video on that and I said it, and doggone it if my phone didn't ring. It was Angie.
Thank you. Oh, cheers.
One more thing. Okay, this is for all the potatoes. Guess what Angie brought? Fries!
I'm not watching me eating fries,
there's a
but
stir.
sorry here.
Okay, we might edit some of this out, but we're just going to enjoy some fries for a hot minute.
Well, when
they're
Gretchen
still
invited me to
warm.
be on potato time, I was like, I can't show up without French fries. It's potato time. Thank you.
Oh, and we're in my cloffice because it hasn't rained in like
A year.
20 years. And I've got everything set up outside and it's raining. So we're in the cloffice, which if you don't know, cloffice is an office in a closet. Anyway, so I've put up shelves right here and I
It's so
painted my
cute.
sunshine.
I have to tell you, I haven't shown very many houses with cloffices.
Is it cloffices or cloffici?
Cloffi.
Anyway, real estate's crazy, right?
New construction, you couldn't build a house, right? None of the builders were building.
They're not working and they can't get supplies.
So there have been challenges there. That's again starting to shift because rates have gone up, but we have to keep it relative. This is again, the headlines grab people. Oh my gosh, rates are so high. But if we pause, rates right now are like high fives. Well, compared to 2.5, yes, that seems high. When we bought our first house, we were 6.75%.
Yeah.
So high fives is not bad. It's still historically low over the last 20 years. And so for our sellers who have gained a lot of equity, right?
Yes.
I mean, just your house, like Rich and I talked about it, just your house in the last year has probably gained $30,000 to $40,000 since we bought it last year.
Not even a year ago.
Yeah, that equity's still there. So sellers in the last few years have gained a lot of equity. They likely are going to go buy. They still have that equity. So right now, it's a good time for everybody because the seller's house is still going to sell. Is it going to sell in an hour? Probably not.
Like it would have
in the last year to 2 years. Is an agent going to have to really do their job in staging and marketing? Yes. But we're moving back more towards a normal market. And that's good. That is healthy for everybody.
Normal is good.
Normal is good.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
I don't know much about normal.
We wouldn't really know because we're in a cloffice right now.
Right, we're in a cloffice. We're sweating in a cloffice, eating French fries.
Sorry, is your foot okay?
Yeah, it's okay. I have another one.
Sorry. Jesus, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. She's got on some adorable shoes. I have on no shoes. Anyway, okay, so I have a question for you, and this is kind of specific but interesting. So somebody wants to sell their house, but they don't want to stage it. What would you do, and why is it so important to stage? And we've always been told, because we move all the time, we know you take down anything personal. Right. So what's the reason for that to completely shift gears here?
Behind that. So when somebody has decided they want to sell, when they're
this is
truly,
mine, right?
Yes, that's yours.
Okay.
Wait, I have lipstick.
Okay.
When they're truly motivated to sell, one of the first things I say to my clients, my sellers, is this now is not your home, it's your investment. Mm-hmm. That's where your money is, right? When you lived here, you created a home. You're now ready to move on. So this is your investment. We have to create a space that appeals to as many possible buyers as we can. And the way we do that is to make it look like what buyers are looking for, not what you have wanted.
Right.
Because now this isn't your house, this is your money.
Right.
And we need to get your money out of it. So one, they have to be motivated, right? You have to have the motivation behind selling, and you need to listen to the experts, to the people that have the data. Here's the truth.
Right.
Buyers shop online. We help so many people purchase without ever seeing the houses. I do have people. You have to kind of be careful because people, it's their stuff.
It is.
It's personal.
It's very, especially for like older people that have been in the house for so long, they think of their house as being perfect because they've been there for so long, and it's exactly the way that they want it.
They want it. They want it.
Right.
And that's the thing, is we have to appeal to everybody else. And so I'm mindful of that, right? Yes. So, you have to, of course, people's stuff is important. My stuff's important to me. Yeah. But we have
Especially our puppies.
They are. They're very important. I'm a little obsessed.
She wants one of mine.
I want both of them. I don't want one, I want both.
By the way, my mom thinks Bo is ugly. Did you see her face, Mom?
No. Miss Elmer, why? No.
You can call her Sinsin.
Sinsin, no. I love him. Right. So it really is about appealing to the masses. And because the more people we can get to see the house, the more likely we're going to get more offers.
Right.
And
even if it's not from the person seeing it, it's like, you know what, this doesn't work for me, but I have a friend who's looking to sell it. So we live in the same neighborhood, and there's a house listed right now, and it's the same floor plan that we used to have when we lived in Fairview.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my gosh, that was my favorite floor plan. But for us, that worked. But I know our house, the one that we wound up buying first time we lived here, it was on the market as a 3-bedroom, and they couldn't sell it. And then they closed off. They had kind of a weird area, and they closed it off and made it a 4th bedroom. Sometimes, people always love the shows where they go in with sledgehammers and demo day, and they're going to take down walls and make it an open floor plan. But sometimes you need to put up walls too.
You do.
Especially, put a closet in an office with French doors, so it can be a 2nd bedroom or a 3rd bedroom or a 4th bedroom or whatever.
You do. That floor plan, which is one of my favorites too. I love that floor plan because it's a 1.5.
Right.
Which
bedrooms, bathrooms, downstairs, upstairs was only a game room for us. Yeah. I think the one
bathroom.
They have a bathroom up there. We just had a drum set and a basketball hoop, which was very loud. But I mean, boys are really noisy with dirt, and I love the noise. But you send them up there.
Yes. That's why I live at 1.5, because you live on the 1st floor and everything else.
On the same level.
Yeah, everything else is up there. That home, which I love that they have done amazing improvements to that home. I actually sent her a note and said, here's some suggestions.
Oh, good. This is why I love her.
Well, I mean, because I want to see it sell. I mean, she's our neighbor. And
exactly.
They're our neighbors. So a lot of times nobody wants to hear it, but it's price. I mean, it is.
I didn't even look.
I mean, I'm not necessarily saying this home, but
in general,
it is price. It's if something is not moving, especially in the market we've been in, it is usually price. Yeah. Now, you don't want somebody's going to come in and like undercut and like, oh, drop your price. No, you do it very intentionally and looking at that. But the market speaks. The market tells you. And a lot of times it is price. Yeah. Looking at houses or saves them. I'm sure Rich has noticed this. There's been a lot of price decreases recently. And that's a couple reasons. One, agents have struggled with how to price. It's been difficult. Yeah. I mean, it has
especially when there's no comps
it's very hard. Yeah. That's right. And then the other part is that sellers have been in this mode of, well, let's test the market. Let's test it. Are those delicious? Wingstop fries. I don't work for them. I don't get money from them. But when I knew I was coming on potato time, I knew where I was getting fries. I was waiting out there at 11. Like French fries. But they, where was I at? Talking about,
and Wash Bon Appetit is French. French fries. More French fries.
What is that?
Je t'aime. I love you.
Oh.
En français.
Je t'aime.
But this is from Goodwill. Anyway.
It's cute though. That would be sold at like Altered State right now for probably $45.
Oh, more than 3?
Because they're overpriced. But cute.
Yes.
Anyway, so a lot of times it is price, and the market speaks to that. So,
and that's why you need somebody like her that just knows this stuff.
Yeah, well, I love it.
You do.
I mean, it like is seriously and I want to see everybody win.
It sparks joy for you.
It does spark joy in my heart. It sparks joy in my heart. I steal that. Yes. But I give credit where credit is due.
Well, what's her name? Marie Chen? No. What's her name?
Yeah, Marie Chen. Is that her?
No.
The decon lady.
Conda.
I never watched
forgot
that.
her name.
I never
Yeah.
was into that. I probably
Yeah.
should have been.
I don't know. What are you sparking up, Joy?
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, I mean, just, and I've said, this is where we were. You may have to cut this, but talking about how Houston is not like Austin.
Yes.
I actually did a video on this because I had somebody come into my open house, and the guy walks in with his family. They tour the house I had listed, and they leave, and then he comes back in, just him, and he looks so super defeated. And he was like, so do we have to go $100,000 over to get this house? And I was like, I'm sorry, what? There's no pool in this. There's a great house. There's no pool or anything. And I was like, no. And he was like, well, somebody told us that to get anything, we'd have to go 100,000 over. That was my face. That was legit my face. I said, no. I said, listen, we're in Houston, Texas. Okay. We have options here. Yes, it's been hard. Yes, we haven't had a lot of inventory. This is when things were starting to shift though. So, but you don't have to go $100,000 over for every house. There's unicorns that are out there. That's different. And if it pushes up to 100,000 over, probably wasn't priced right.
Wrong agent.
Wrong agent.
Wrong choice of the agent.
Yeah, correct. You know, so no, we're not Austin. We're not. We are still and if you look at Houston, we have a lot of land.
Yes,
we have a lot of land.
So many options. Austin doesn't really have. No. Austin's expensive, and it's more expensive. Yeah. There's no
in between. Like you told me that when we went. I mean, it just like seeing that, and I mean, it's beautiful.
It is, and I mean, the weather is better. It's less humidity. We have the lakes, but I like my people from the South, and nothing. I've got some amazing friends in Austin, and even some of my favorite people in Austin are from California. I love them, but.
Well, they probably came to Texas for a reason.
Exactly.
I mean,
a lot of my friends, a lot of people that I gravitate to fit in here.
Yeah. So. I mean, that's it. And we are so blessed. This is another thing about Houston.
We're welcoming.
So welcoming. We're reasonable. Our housing market, we are the fourth largest, third or fourth, depending on, what statistic you pull, largest city in the country. Where else are you going to go in a major city and get houses like we have here? You're not going to get a 4,000 square foot house with a pool anywhere else in a major city for under $1 million. You're not going to do it.
Right.
Here you can.
Easily.
You can do that in Houston. I could take you multiple places where you can do that. You can do that for $500,000 to $600,000.
And here's the thing about Angie as a real estate agent, realtor. She took me to houses that weren't for sale. Like this one. Our house wasn't for sale. Thankfully, Deanna just, whenever I said anybody listen to house soon, she just wrote, maybe. And then Angie pounced, and anyway.
Well, and it just, and that worked out so great because they got a great house. Yes, and you guys
they haven't invited me to yet, by the way. Just saying, I'm going to tag you on here. So, yes.
Yeah, well, this is so good.
I
Can
know.
I have another fry?
Yes, yes. Well, I'm going to see which dip she goes for. Okay, but we're going to sign off because we're going to open the door because my cloffice is smoking in here.
Okay, though.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.